Hi, so this is part 2 where I left off on the pindin. I'm going to show you guys how to make the rice. So, first and most important, your measuring tool. This is what we use. A can. Una lata. It's my measuring cup.
Una lata de gandules vacía.
It probably is too. And here I took out 2 cans of rice. So, now I'm going to wash the rice, and I've already got my sofrito out, my gandules, and I will get the rest of the ingredients out in a minute.
Other people, they don't even drink.
No? Okay, so now I've got my kettle getting hot. Fire is on. I've got my rice with the water. I've got my ingredients. Let's prepare rice. So first, I've got my oil, a little. Bear with me, the caldero's old. That's why the oil looks like it's pulling on one side. So now I'm going to go ahead and add sofrito to it. I usually add about 2 big cucharas. There goes my sofrito. That's going to chill out there and, get the house smelling really nice. I added actually 3 cucharas. Now I'm going to add the sazon, the adobo, the olives, and the sabor de jamon. Now that I've got everything in, I'm just going to give it a nice stir. You want to let that go and cook, sizzle, saute, whatever you want to call it, for a few minutes. And now I'm going to get ready to add the gandules. Water and all. So I'm going to use this whole can. And with my 2 latas of rice, that's because I'm going to be, here goes the gandules, making for 5+ people. I mean, I could have easily probably added another lata, but I don't want all them leftovers. So now I'm going to add, see, there goes the gandules. This is also the point where you can give it a taste, and it's going to be really super salty. But then once you add your rice, that water is going to water down a little bit of that saltiness. There goes my rice. I'm going to put a little bit more water in my bowl. Now, generally, my oil at the bottom of the caldero is usually enough to cover the bottom and start pooling just a little bit in the middle. Okay, so this is the point. Once you add your rice to your sofrito and your gandules,
Yes.
that you are going to start tasting to see if it's got enough ingredients, enough sofrito, enough adobo, whatever. And for this, I used 2 paquetes of sazon, and I used almost all of the half paquetes that we had thrown in the cabinet of the sabor de jamon, but normally I would probably use just a whole envelope of that. A crap load of olives, and, just a shake or so of adobo into there. I did end up adding more sofrito, and this is generally how you want your pot to look when it's ready to start cooking. The water and the rice. There you go. I do about maybe an inch over the rice. And that's how you'll know. Now, we will wait, let that water cook out. I will stir it, and then I will cover it. This is probably going to take maybe about an hour and a half, maybe a little bit longer to cook. But again, that's when you're going to be tasting to let you know that your rice is done. So as soon as that cooks out, I will show you what I do from there. Alright, so this is what you're looking for the water to cook all the way out. If you listen, that's letting you know that the water is just about almost cooked out. This is the point where I'm going to take and I'm going to stir it. Okay, so now I've stirred it. And this is what I mean by, like, mound it. I don't know why, but this is how I was taught. So you kind of, you stir it and you bring the sides in. See there? And then just flatten up the top. So now I'm going to put the lid on it. I've already turned the fire down. And let me see, I always keep track. So in about 30 minutes, I will take and give this rice another stir. And then I'll just leave it be until it's done. So, and like I said, in about 30 minutes, I'll come back and I'll stir it. And at that point, I'll show you what the rice looks like then. And once you taste it, you'll know more or less how much longer it has to cook for.